So why would I choose to be homeless when I have thousands of dollars saved? Look, and I was watching this video about a homeless guy talking about somebody trying to hit him with an axe. And somebody was arguing about the semantics in the caption about the video. And this guy was like, you can have 100K and I was homeless, so what's the point? And this guy was like, so are you stupid? Are you dumb? Why would you have 100K and be homeless? So is it by choice? So I want to talk about that perspective a little bit just so people can understand that type of thinking. I've been looking into the aspect or the idea of staying down. So staying down is basically slang for living below your means. And so why do you live below your means? And how can that benefit you? And what's the point of doing it? The bottom line is living below your means helps you to save money. If I think about today's economy, rent for one person or like just for a house, let's just say the average apartment is anywhere from $1,000 to $1,400. If you really want a nice place, it's 2,000 and up. And so my thinking is, why I should just go ahead and save up by staying down, by living in my car for a few months, just to build an emergency fund, and B, just have enough for my 6 months expenses. Because if you look at most financial videos, one of the biggest things that they tell you is you need to save an emergency fund, and that emergency fund needs to be at least 6 months of your expenses. So say if it costs you $2,000 a month to like live or whatever, then you want to stack up, at least um, 6 months of that. So like $10,000 to $20,000. But really, most adults don't even have $400 to cover an emergency expense. So I would say at least have $3,000 to $5,000 saved. Pretty much the reason is to save up so I can stack up for the future. Even if you're going to buy a house or if you're going to rent or whatever, having no money or living paycheck to paycheck with no type of emergency buffer is just a dangerous place to live. I just made a few videos talking about how I got over leveraged with Bitcoin and how I wiped out a big account. If I had about $3,000 to $5,000 saved, I could have definitely mitigated that whole situation. My risk would have been a lot lower. And so that's the whole reason why I would rather live in my car than get a place to stay right now, because I just want to have a bigger buffer if I were to try to pay rent. Because that 1,000 or so, $1,000 to $2,000 is getting taken out my account every month. But right now, I can stack that, have a better mental buffer, and then I can also just invest into myself a little bit of that money so that way I can grow my own value and make more money for the future. But yeah, people don't understand what it means to stay down, what it means to live below their means, or understand the lifestyle. And I'm not saying that this is something that you should do forever or for a long time, but staying down or being able to give up some of the things that you want is finance 101, is budgeting 101. If you have Netflix subscriptions, if you have certain habits that you do like smoking or drinking or different food that you like to go out to eat instead of just cooking at home. There's different things that I know that we all do and we all know that we could just cut out. I'm cutting out one of the biggest expenses right now, and that's the living situation, the rent. Everybody thinks that a house is necessary. And I will say that it's very important. It's very important, especially if you're going to have a family, especially if you're going to be settled down. But if it's just you and you want to come up on some money and save very quickly, I would say that rent is one of the biggest factors in that whole situation that's going to drain your pockets, especially if you have a job, but you're not getting, if you don't have a high paying job, if you don't have a job that's paying you that much, if you only get paid $2,000 a month and your rent is $1,400, that only leaves you $600 to pay for car insurance, gas, bills, car note, whatever that may be, however your life is set up. And I just know that a lot of Americans, and a lot of people in general are not really set up. Some of us have made some financial decisions that are not the best, and some of us just don't understand the whole money situation. Some of us don't even know what money is or like how money flows, cash flow, currency, capital. business. All these different topics are just not known to most people. There are people who understand it. They grew from families who have it. But I'm just going to be honest, not a lot of us know about that type of stuff. And living below your means is one of the best ways to really stack that cash. And it's not just stacking cash for cash sake, because who just wants money is not that valuable in and of itself. Money just gives you the buffer and the mental place just to be able to do the things that you want to do. It should be you save up money so you can invest into yourself, so then you can make more money to invest into things that make you money, so you don't have to work for the money. So you have time that is free so you can do the things that you want to do. And that's all it is. That's why I'm sacrificing these few months to a year, so that way I can take my time and my power back, so that I don't have to spend my time at work, instead of spending time with my family, my friends, learning skills that can help me and help other people and things like that, where I can have self-actualize myself and actually progress in my life and feel good about myself, than feeling like I'm just stuck at a place and I have to do a certain thing. Like, again, this is a choice. I don't have to be homeless, but I can understand why somebody would choose this over getting a place where they feel like now you have to work for somebody else. Now you have to do this. I really do feel like a lot of freedom by living in my car and stacking up this money. I would say that you feel so much more comfortable when you save up a little bit of money. And again, just save up. If you can save up that little bit of money first, just get $1,000, then get 10,000, and then grow from there. We'll go into those aspects in another video. My name is Sanyana-san. Click right here to subscribe, and please like this video if you're vibing. We'll have more real raw videos, and comment below if you like what I'm saying here. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.